When we talk about being wealthy or being poor in Jamaica or in any part of the global south, what do we really mean? The images you're seeing are a glimpse of perceived success. But how does this perception of wealth stack up against the beliefs and ideologies held by people in the global north? The gap isn't just economic, it's cultural. Let's explore how the very definition of having it all changes when you cross that invisible line between the global north and the global south. Let's delve into another important conversation. Hello, wagwan. Big up yourself, whether you're there yard or you're there abroad. Welcome back to another episode of Life with the Jam Fams. And in this episode, we're going to be looking at how the global north and the global south view wealth, and see what comparisons there are and what things can be viewed differently.
The Jam Fam family. Jam Fam, come hang with me. Yeah.
For many people in the global south, wealth and success are highly visible, and they are tied to material possessions and urban status. Success is often measured by the ability to live in metropolitan or suburban regions, and the size of the house we own, especially if it's in gated communities, the expensive vehicle we drive, and the brands that we wear. It's about being able to live a materially aligned lifestyle that showcases success. Unfortunately, this focus can lead to a distorted view of others. We often see farmers and people who live in rural areas and who occupy or work rural lands, who have livestock and other similar resources, as struggling or even in poverty, simply because their wealth isn't represented by urbanized materialism. Their assets are tangible and production focused, but they lack the flashy status symbols of the city. Even a high qualification or job title in a busy city is a powerful symbol of success, as escape from the rural struggle, even if the actual income doesn't place them in the global elite, is something that is considered to be successful. However, we're going to take a look at how people in the global north view wealth and success. In the global north, many people residing in metropolitan areas, despite their constant exposure to urban luxury, are seen differently. They are the serfs of the modern city, the workers who provide labor in factories, in offices, in schools, and in hospitals. Their life is tied to a paycheck. Regardless of their education, their job title, and even their decent monthly earnings, they are often not considered truly wealthy. They might be successful in a career, but their freedom is tied to their next salary. In this context, wealth takes on an almost feudal definition. In the global north, people are considered truly wealthy if they own large plots or acres of land, if they possess stately homes or cottages, if they have farms and have assets that are independent of their monthly labor. This is generational wealth, wealth that always allows for self-sufficiency and the detachment from the economic rat race. A horse-drawn carriage might seem archaic, but in this ideology it symbolizes an independence and a leisure that no city salary can truly buy. The truly wealthy don't rely on a bus or on an office. They own the means of their own subsistence and their leisure. The global south see grilled homes, gated communities, and luxury cars as wealthy, whilst the global north see acres of lands, stately homes, and the means to self-sustenance as wealth. The disparity in defining wealth between these groups, the materialism and urban status in the south, and the land ownership and detached self-sufficiency in the north, reveals a deep cultural and historical difference between the two groups of nations. These ideologies, they help to shape migration patterns, investment, and personal aspirations across the globe. Understanding these differences is the first step in bridging a divide that is far more complex than a simple measure of cash. It forces us to ask, what does true security and prosperity look like to you, to me, and to the other person? So please tell us in the comments below, what do you think about wealth and the perception of it and success in the global south and in the global north? Is it somebody just simply pursuing their gifting and their purpose and their calling, living in on purpose, that is the mark of success? Or is it other things? What are your views on the matter? Do tell us in the comment section below. We're looking forward to reading it. Leona, I saw an article that there is Amazon Bazaar that is now apparently in Jamaica. So it's called Amazon Hall in some areas, and Amazon Bazaar. Apparently, it's supposed to be a low cost alternative for Amazon, and they've now have it available here. Of course, I think there's an Amazon warehouse here already. And so, how do you think this is going to impact on online shopping, since it's something that you seem to be very keen and interested in?
Well, with Amazon, I don't know how that would impact because I don't use Amazon. So, well, I guess it would be quicker for people to get their packages since it's more local. And I guess you wouldn't have to pay for shipment since it's right there in the warehouse, or at least not as much.
I see what you mean. So pay for delivery instead of
Or you can collect it.
Okay. And so what do you think about online shopping in Jamaica on a whole then?
Specifically in Jamaica, I don't know because I've never ordered in Jamaica. But based off what I've seen, the shipment is higher because lots of the products are coming in from other countries.
And the shipment importation cost plus the custom. So what's your situation then surrounding the whole idea of online shopping?
I would want to do it. I just need the moolah.
So do you think you'd be able to order from Temu?
Yeah. You can switch to Jamaica and then it would ship from America over, since that's the closest warehouse. And for example, when I was in the UK, they have a warehouse in the UK, but some of the things came from China, which is far. But yeah. And there's one in America, as I said, so then people in America would just get it from there. And from Shein, I think that their products, most of the things that they sell come from China, but you have the opportunity on both platforms to sell your own things, like on eBay and Amazon. So, yeah, in terms of Jamaica, I don't know, as I've never experienced online shopping in Jamaica.
What would you?
Yet.
Oh, me hear the yet.
Yet. And I want to do it for December.
Okay, so is that something you're going to be looking forward to doing? So where are you doing that on? So what's your limitations with doing that now?
Money.
Is it?
Because you have to use, you can't use cash because it's online shopping. You have to use a bank account.
Okay.
Which I don't have, miss. I need some money.
So, given that it's in Jamaica, would you still be able to use a UK account to set
You can
it up?
use any.
Oh, so it doesn't matter where?
As long as it has money on it.
Okay.
It would just, instead of, for example, coming to the UK, it would come from the US warehouse to Jamaica. So it would probably take longer.
Oh, so you want to set up your own financial stream to it rather than having to go to the bank of mom.
But then again, made of money.
Oh gosh.
Although that's not how I spell it, but yeah.
I know. Oh gosh. But it sounds like a good thing, isn't it? Because the online, it's inevitable. The online marketplace in Jamaica is growing.
And also, lots of the things that I want that are online are actually much cheaper than it is in person. Although you have to pay the shipment fee. But I'd still prefer buying it online. And just buy it a bit earlier than when you actually need it. So by the time it comes, you have time in advance. Yeah. But I would only buy it in person if I genuinely need it, like in that same week.
Okay.
Then I would buy it then and there.
because buying it online just cuts out so much of some of the hassles. For me, the things I like to buy online, I just want to be able to see when I buy it in person, to see the quality and to make sure the sizing fit right and stuff like that, if it's clothes, for example.
But surprisingly,
online,
with Shein, actually, when I ordered some clothes off Shein when I was in the UK, I actually saw that they actually have good quality clothes, and it's not from different brands selling on Shein. It's Shein's actual clothes brand
okay,
that I bought from, and they're actually pretty high quality for the price that they're selling it at.
okay. So you think that it's okay to shop online?
It depends really what you're buying.
So what you're buying? You're buying stuff for Kwanzaa online?
If you give me the money.
All right, then later. Look at those houses. And there's one over here. Look at that one up there. Wow, look at those buildings up on the hill. Look at that one. They're building, some development is going on behind here, and there are some townhouses as well. And you have a good blend of old and new. Over here. There's some, we went for a walk earlier today, and when we were going, we saw this gentleman, and he was walking, and so I stopped because I couldn't see where one of the culverts, the pipe for it, was coming from, and I saw an outlet, so I was like, where is this coming from? And so he responded to me, and we started a conversation, and I can categorically say it was a very productive conversation. And conversations strike up as they do in Jamaica. So he was saying to me, we were talking about the different things that happens in terms of the usage of our country. And he was saying, it's there is growth right near to it, and although they've come and cleared it, bushed the area, it's not done properly. And so somebody in the parish council or the municipality should be coming out and checking it. And I'm saying to him, but when you look in other countries, and I named a couple of countries to him, and I said, when people go out and do stuff, they do it with such pride, such patriotism, such level of discipline, that nobody really needs to come and check up on what they're doing, because they use common sense and they do it properly. And we were talking about, we were walking along a piece of stretch that they had cleaned up, and of course you could now see, so he was highlighting to me a section where people have literally gone and dumped their rubbish, and I said, well, you can blame the elected officials for the drainage not cleaned properly, but we can't blame them for people dumping, because they put in place rubbish collection so that we can actually put our rubbish out. So why are people still choosing to just go and tip their rubbish anywhere, fly tip just anywhere? And then he was highlighting the fact that even the people driving along the roads just wind their windows down and throw their rubbish out. And I was saying to him, they must somehow think it disappeared. And going up along the stretch, we were highlighting so many different things, and we came out to it to say, you know what, there are things we can blame the elected officials for, but a lot of the times the problem isn't them, it's the Jamaican people. Their management of the resources, their way in which they use it, the level of integrity they showcase is most times where the problem lies. Because the rubbish we saw where they had bushed the street side, the amount of rubbish we saw on the sidewalk, and from people just throwing it there, it's not going to miraculously disappear. And now it's going to wash away, and chances are it is going to get into drains, and then it blocks the drains, and then we wonder why we have flooded area. And he was highlighting it. He was saying this same thing is what's going to cause flooding further down the street. And so we were looking at even how they bushed it, and they piled they didn't even rake up the street. They just left what they bushed right there, and we were both saying this is just going to wash down and cause blockage downstream. And he was highlighting some of when they bushed it and like bits of rocks and stuff. He was literally walking up and kicking them out of the road into the sidewalk, because he was saying these are things that people can trip over without seeing it and break or sprain or strain their ankles and their feet. And he was talking about, cars could even drive over them and damage could be caused by people passing by and stuff like that. And so we were just looking at how much we need to be a bit more accountable as people using this land, because if we recognize that it's taxpayers' money and that the injustice that's being done, that we are doing, is we are the ones who are going to be affected, and our generations after us. We need to be a little bit more accountable for how we are using the things around us. And while some people like to push off their duty and their responsibility and blame everybody else except themselves, even when they are the primary denominator in the whole thing, they'll blame everybody else except themselves. We need to take some accountability with our rubbish, with the way we do our jobs, because if you're going to clear the drain, for example, and you're just going to pile what you clear out just above it, when rainfall, wait a go wash right back there. So it's just may as well we never did bother clearing, is what we end up concluding. But thought I'd share this conversation because there are lots of Jamaicans who see this perspective, which is quite reassuring.
The Jam family. Where I living the good life. We're royal, cruising through the West Indies, having fun, enjoying the good life. Jam family, the Jam family, yeah. The Jam family. Where I living the good life. We're royal, cruising through the West Indies, having fun, enjoying the good life. Jam family, the Jam family, yeah. The Jam family. Jam fam, come hang with me, yeah.
Thank you so much for staying with us here on this another episode of Life with the Jam Fams. We like having these conversations and engaging with you in the comment section. And so we thank you for that. Do take care. Bye for now. And we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Workbook.